What's going on, guys? It's your boy Keystar, back at it again with another action figure unboxing review. Sorry it's been a minute, guys, doing Jojo's. I've had a bit on, like random stuff, work, and just losing the a bit of drive to do figure reviews recently. Unfortunately, I had some pre-recorded and I got them out of the way now, so I thought it's time to get the motivation back up and go back to where we started with some Jojo's reviews. And where better to start than with Giorno Giovanna, the pink variant. I've been looking for this one for a long time. It was originally released like years ago. They tried to, I can't remember when. And then they did a re-release in 2018 or 19, and I missed that one. And somehow this was randomly in stock on a Japan hobby store, and I picked him up and I bagged him straight away, because he's awesome. And yeah, and that's it really. So I'll quit babbling and we'll get straight into it. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for tuning back in. So yeah, we've got our random item of the day today, which is a Percy Pig tin from Christmas. It contains Percy Pig biscuits, which I probably won't eat, but I thought the tin was pretty funny. So there you go. Somebody will be very happy to realise that's in the video. We'll get into the figure. So can you like, subscribe, all that boring jazz that you do not want to hear from every tuber, and we'll get in. So yeah, we've got Giorno Giovanna, the typical Medicos box there. The Harley Quinn pattern, very nice. Giorno Giovanna in gold writing right there, as we are used to in these videos. Jojo's symbol, Japanese shebang, Jojo's logo, sass at the top, super action statue, yada yada. We've got the side of the box, him standing there looking absolutely awesome as we used to. Got the back of the box, Giorno doing famous iconic Jojo poses, the Medicos seal of approval, more words, more yada yada, his name, faces, accessories, terms and conditions, blah de blah de blah. Other side, same art as the previous side, top, George on the top, and the letters, and the bottom, more yada yada, which only Kingu can read, and if you're Japanese. So with that, we'll get our boy out for some brief paint and detail and a first look. So I'll be right back, guys. So here we are, guys. At first glance, here's our boy Giorno looking absolutely awesome. He looks very elegant, very manly in that bright pink suit. At first glance, he looks beautiful, I can't lie. Very cool in every way. We'll do a quick 360 of him on the display stand, which your boy usually never uses, but times change and we don't want to drop this guy, so I've briefly put him on the display base just for a bit. So yeah, as you can see there, very Giorno look. He looks just like he does really in the manga, I'd like to say, and in the blue figure that we've reviewed before. My camera don't want to focus for some strange reason, but yeah, we'll just start from the top with some nice paint and detail. So you've got Giorno's iconic donut blonde hair. He's got hazel eyes this time. On the other figure, I think he had green eyes. Very cool. Medicos always painted lovely. Shading, very important on these figures. Very important. You've got this beautiful pink suit, which looks absolutely awesome. I don't know why, but pink and green always contrasts together so well. He's got a very tan skin tone. I know he's Italiano. He's an Italian boy. So they gave him a really dark skin tone on this repaint. Quite interesting. Green ladybugs this time, just like on the black variant, the Mafia boss variant of Giorno. Some golds all down his suit there, as you can see. There is minor paint blemishes. I've noticed 3 so far. There's a little paint scuff on his chest at the side and a dot there, which is a big shame because Medicos are usually really good at QC, but this is an old figure, a reissue, and look on his arm there. So that'll lower the rating from a 9, which isn't good, but he still looks nice at full glance. There's a mild metallic kind of sheen through the suit. It should be, from, if memory serves me right, it should be more metallic, but I think on this repaint they decided to go less on the silver sheen, which is a shame, but nonetheless, still quite nice. They've done his Harley Quinn on his back, and look, another smudge there, not good. So it's just the 2022 QC again in all its glory, but what can we do? Still quite nice. It's still Giorno in his pink Manga. I think it was the panel on a Manga like the front page, because in the anime he has blue ladybugs, but I actually prefer the green, just like on the art, the concept art that the creator released for the Golden Wind manga. So very nice. Yeah, just the same throughout. You've got the green ladybugs, a green ladybug there, which is very delicate. A nice little heart for his zipper there, with a ladybug in the middle. He's got cufflinks, arm pieces. The suit as normal as you'd expect a Jojo suit to be. Nothing new, it's just Giorno. We've seen Giorno 1 million times. So yeah, we've seen him many times, we know what he looks like. Muscly guys, in this case, he's a lean guy in a stylish suit. And finally, a very nice part of the figure, the loafers, the expensive shoes, painted beautifully, the ladybugs, the green metallic, and the blue soles. Very nice in every way. So not bad, to be fair, in terms of paint and detail. I would say, if it didn't have any blemishes, mine was just, I guess, as usual. Keystar usually gets unlucky with these things. But I'd like to say he would have been a 9, but I'm going to have to give it an 8 for paint and detail, I'm afraid, guys, because it's just a shame for those unnecessarily apparent blemishes. But nonetheless, he's still nice. And I finally got my boy Giorno in his iconic pink suit from the anime. So yeah, next, brief articulation, guys. We're not going to lollygag. We're just going to go straight in. We've seen this a million times on Medicos. It's the same articulation as Blue Giorno. I'll put the link to that video down in the description below. One of my old ones. But you have head rotation all the way around. It's very good. A narrow ball peg that can go backwards and forwards. It is very, very narrow, so be careful. You can barely see it in there. So, yeah, be very careful when articulating this. Do not force it left and right or it will break and you will be crying. But nonetheless, you get very good backwards and forwards and all the way around. It's very loose, this one is actually. I dread to have a look inside to see if it's broken or anything. I don't want to depress myself, to be fair, but it's there anyway. The neck is on a narrow ball peg. It can go slightly forward and backwards, and it can swivel if you really want it to. The arms are on these kind of rotational stationary elbows, and you can get 90. I'm not going to, because again, single ball peg. I'm not going to overstretch it. It's not double. You don't get a bicep swivel, but you do get a swivel at the top of the shoulder, so that is there. You do get very, very, very good double jointed elbow, which is very nice, and a wrist swivel if you're very careful. Sorry, and a forearm swivel if you are careful and you do want that, but don't pop out this nice little piece here. So very good. You get a wrist rotation and a backwards and forwards, as always, at the wrist, which is quite nice. And the same for this arm. There's a nice solid 90 degrees if you need that on display. For his waist, you do get a swivel at the abdomen area, as you can see. But I wouldn't do it too much because you will scratch the paint. As you can see, there's wear here, 2 black splodges here, which is a shame. I might be able to get it off with some alcohol wipes, but I don't want to make it any worse than it is already. So, just like the chest, there's wear and tear on the suit, so just be careful. And this little heart piece, which my camera doesn't want to focus to, is there as well. But you do get a backwards and forwards swivel, which is quite nice, so you can have him doing Ultra Instinct. You do even get a waist rotation here, so you can position that, which is very good. So that's 2 points of articulation at the abdomen, which is very good actually. The legs are limited, guys, just like in the other Giorno. The suit here is malleable plastic, but do not force it. It's single ball pegs at the crotch area. So just basic action statue stuff. You can get to 45 or a bit over if you really want to, and I wouldn't extend it anymore. Giorno's not going to be doing the splits or anything like that. He's mainly going to be posed with his legs sort of like this or slightly parted. So just don't go too far. You can if you want to, but that's your own choice. I don't fancy that, to be fair. The legs, you get about 90 here. You do get a swivel at the quadricep area. I think that is a double jointed knee. I'm not quite sure. It does look double jointed. So yeah, you got that. You get his knee pads there. You do not get a bottom of the leg swivel there, unfortunately. But you do get an ankle rotation, left and right, backwards and forwards, and a toe hinge. So I'd say about or just over 20 points of articulation. Not too shabby, considering these are in the name. They are super action statues. You can articulate them if you want to at your own predicament. The places, Medicos even send you a little slip in there saying this is a delicate figure. It's for the purpose of display, not playing with. So they even advise you. They go full out on looks, which is what disappoints me when they have blemishes, because they maximise on the look of figures and go a bit less on articulation. But it's still there if you do like it. And nonetheless, we'll have a nice one more 360 of your boy. Very, very nice. We've seen Giorno before, but I do like the contrast. Very, very cool. So yeah, articulation there. I'll give it about 7 for articulation. I'm not too fussed about articul anyway, but I know a few of you guys really are, and you love it so much. So we're gonna clip this guy back on the display stand, dodgily, and leave him here next to our boy, and we're going to go into some accessories finally. If you just give me 2 seconds, I'm going to go into the top cam and show all the accessories. I'm not going to get them all out. I'm just going to get them so you can see them anyway. So just 2 seconds, guys. So here you are, guys. Here's the accessories anyway. Giorno comes with the 2 clenched fist hands that we all know and love. He comes with 1, 2 open palm hands, a gripping hand, another fist kind of posing hand, some more random Jojo's posed hands, as we're all used to. Nothing major there. He comes with a saucer and a teacup that is P from the Abacchio episode where he meets the gang for the first time. He comes with a spare brooch for on the plane when he heals his hand with the brooch. He comes with the lighter from Popo Black Sabbath's lighter initiation gang test, which is cool. And he comes with the pastry, as Kingu likes to say. It's a bread roll. You put the lighter inside. It's just for an effect from the show. And he comes with the screaming face, which is painted quite nicely as well. So that's quite good if you want to alternate the face. But my personal favourite are the stoic faces here, as you can see. But yeah, so he comes with quite a bit actually, considering $60 figure. So yeah, you can't argue. I think it's about 40, maybe 45 UK pound, 60 US dollars. But you get quite a few bits, which is quite nice. They don't have to include it. You also get an instruction manual. If you're not sure how to use these figures, it tells you what you can do, what you can't do, yada yada yada. And you always get a Jojo's display base with every single Medicos figure. So if you don't, it's not brand new, because you always get one. So yeah, I think that's it for accessories, guys. I'll do a comparison with Gold Experience, and then we'll wrap up. So guys, here is Giorno Giovanna in his pink variant, looking absolutely awesome. Very nice indeed. When you add Gold Experience or Gold Wind, whatever you want to call his stand, it looks epic, way better. For me, I do like the stand users, but you have to have both, and that's where they catch you. You get $45 figure, but you end up spending like 90 anyway, because you have to grab the stand with it. It just makes all the difference. So he goes here from an 8, a 7 or 8. I could give it a 7 really because of the paint blemishes. But when you add in Gold Experience, it goes back to like a 9.5, and without any blemishes. Always stand user and stand from Medicos goes for a 10 really for me. As Gold Experience flicks over. And don't worry guys, that was just Keystar dropping his figures as usual, as what always happens recently. Again, this gold, I've had this Gold Wind figure for ages and it's never dropped, and for the first time as I'm reviewing, it's just decided to do a backflip off the table, which is absolutely brilliant. So, as I was saying anyway, I'm already kind of annoyed, but that's just added to the annoyance, but never mind. But as I was saying, together these two look really nice, even when you drop him on the floor and break the figure pretty much. So, yeah, very nice indeed. Like I said, one more rundown. So, paint and detail. Without the blemishes, it would have been a 9. So, overall for paint and detail, it's going to get an 8. Articulation gets a 7. Accessories, you get quite a bit. There's not really much else you could add for Giorno, maybe an arrow. So I'll give him about like an 8 or 9 for accessories, because he always comes with the same stuff. Every variant of Giorno comes with the same business. Nothing new. So it's a shame that we don't see an arrow or something. A stand arrow, but never mind. So yeah, I'd say about an 8 for accessories. Overall, by himself, I think the figure, if I'm being very honest, is going to get about a 7.5 to an 8. It looks very nice. It looks way better than the other variants, I reckon, just because we're used to seeing Giorno in the pink. But I must admit the blue did the pearlescent sheen better. This suit deserves more of a shine to it, just to add that metallic, expensive effect like the first batch did. They went a bit lazy on this reissue. It doesn't have as much metallic sheen, it's just more matte, which I don't like as much. Whereas as you can see, Gold Experience here is more metallic and just more godly really, which is what Giorno pretty much is. So I think they skimped out really on this batch. They really did. They didn't need to. They could have just gone all out and give us the Giorno that we know and love. But you know, we can't ask for everything. But when you do add Gold Experience with him and put them next to each other, they look absolutely incredible. So yeah, add this in and he becomes a 9.5 on his own, 7.5 to 8. But if you do see this for retail price, $45 UK, 60 something bucks US with postage on top, then just get him. If you like part 5, you need a Giorno. If you can find Gold Experience with him, grab them both together for like $90. It's worth it for any JoJo's fans. So yeah, that's it for this one. I'm going to wrap up before I drop anything else on the floor and mess up. And yeah, so thank you very much for tuning back in. It's good to get back to JoJo's, made me feel better. Awesome. And be sure to like, subscribe, all that boring stuff that you don't want to hear. Thank you so much to all new subscribers. As I've said, I've not really been on as many figure reviews, but you guys are still subscribing. And it's absolutely brilliant. I appreciate every single one of you that comes to listen to my boring commentaries. You mean a lot to me and take my mind off things. So yeah, take it easy. Drink your water, drink your milk, stay safe. I hope you've enjoyed the Easter holiday. Anybody that have had Easter, anybody who has been working, then you guys are legends too, because I know that feeling. And yeah, and as always, Giorno Giovanna and Gold Experience. Say, stay safe and keep collecting.